Thank you for joining Asgard in our latest video, and this is our first video in a series of knowing your backups. In part 1, we're going to be talking about RTOs versus RPOs. What are they, and why are they considered critical to backup planning? Well, literally speaking, RTOs and RPOs stand for Recovery Time Objectives and Recovery Point Objectives. Importantly, there are a few key differences between these two, and the point of this video is to ensure that you understand those differences and are able to make educated decisions about your own company's RTOs and RPOs. Our goal is to dispel misinformation and a general lack of usable information permeating the IT world. So let's start with RTOs, or Recovery Time Objectives, as we've said. They are clear guidelines established to measure the duration of time any specific company can withstand downtime from their IT resources like applications, files, and emails. For example, if a hurricane hits an office and knocks it offline, how long could you be without that office? What operations hinge on that office being online? Is that your only office? Answering these questions reveal your recovery time objective, and there are three major things to consider when coming up with RTOs: formulas, people, and policies. Formulas, such as the ones seen here, allow you to calculate exactly how much money it's going to cost being down. The formula here is shown to be your daily downtime based off of a $25 million a year company. Being down for 8 hours costs them $13,000 just in productivity of manpower, and it costs them roughly $95,000 in loss of sales. So being able to use this is greatly beneficial in knowing exactly how impactful it is to be down. The people are of three different categories: department heads, those who run the company; the IT team, those who manage the systems; and your disaster recovery team, those who know the backup disaster recovery plan and can help put the company on track during a disaster. The last group is the policies. The policies are something that should be written in a backup disaster recovery plan. These establish exactly how long your systems can be down before businesses become too hurt, the difference between being down and being bankrupt. For example, if the email and SQL servers need to be back up and running, they need to be back up and running within 4 hours to resume business and have minimal losses, because these two servers are needed for cash flow. And that is something that we like to focus on for RTOs, is how long can cash flow be interrupted. And that sums up RTOs. The main thought here is about how much time is spent recovering. So backing up and going to RPOs, or Recovery Point Objectives. Unlike RTOs, which focus on the time it takes to recover IT systems, Recovery Point Objectives focus on a point in time for which a specific target of data will be focused on for retrieval. This is most notably utilized after an outage or a cyber attack, such as when a ransomware locks down a server. This will tell you how far back in time to go and at what point do you want to establish that recovery to. The other thing to consider when establishing RPOs is what state do the systems need to be in order for the systems to function normally. Under RTOs, we ran the idea that our email and our SQL servers need to be up to operate cash flow. This can be similarly seen in the Recovery Point Objective. The point is to have your email and your SQL servers back online. And similar to RTOs, the RPOs have three things as well: inventory, people, and policies. Inventory is knowing which systems are critical to operations, so you know which systems to focus to bring back first during a total disaster. Say the entire environment is knocked down. As we've been saying, let's say email and SQL are necessary, so we will focus on bringing those two systems back online first to restore communications and business cash flow. The people, very similar to the RTOs, is the same three groups: the department heads, of those who run the company; the IT team, who manages the systems; and the disaster recovery team, those who know the backup and disaster recovery plan. And then, of course, there will be policies written for the RPOs. These policies exist and are in place to acknowledge what specific point the disaster recovery team needs to get to before it's considered non-critical anymore. For example, If 24 hours ago is the maximum backup frame, any longer we have lost sales. So in the event in which all the systems are down, we back up to the point of 24 hours ago and recover everything that we can. And this about sums up the differences between RPOs and RTOs. Both are critical objectives to define both before, during, and after an outage. Both have policies to be written about them like the example I just gave. However, one relates to cost tolerances an enterprise finds acceptable, and the other is about recovering your most valuable data from a disaster recovery standpoint. If you found this video informative, please visit our website at www.asgardmsp.com, send us an email at info@asgardmsp.com, or give us a ring at this number. Thank you for watching.